So there's this saying that like the B students work for the C students and the A students work for the C students and manage the B students. So when I think about traditional education will make you a good living and then self-education will make you a fortune, it's like there's so many people who go to school, get a good education, and they think like that's it. Have you ever seen a really smart person that had like no people skills? It's like they smart, but if you crack the joke around them, they'd be like,
I don't get why everybody's laughing.
right? The guy isn't, or the girl isn't educated on humor. They aren't educated on current events. They aren't educated maybe on what empathy looks like. Maybe a person that just fires people and is just cold with it. I know that's not like a traditional education, but these are things outside of the books that may not necessarily be taught in school, like how to win friends and influence people, leadership skills, how to take risk. And those are things that self-education mean, like, number one, self-educated. You're educated on who you are, what makes you tick, what are your capabilities, what are your shortcomings. And even just having that education will give you enough sense to know who you need to hire. What do you need to do to limit the risk because you know your limitations, you know what you're not good at. When you think about people who got wealthy, it's never like, this one class in school is what really took me there. It's like, no, I learned how to fail. I learned how to hire people. I learned how to manage people. I learned how to take calculated risks. I learned how to persevere. All of that stuff is on the personal growth side and the self-education side, which unfortunately is not taught in that many schools, at least not today. Maybe in the future it will be. Or you see people like committing suicide and stuff like that. It's like, man, they weren't really taught to love themselves and that there's another opportunity, there's another day, there's another girlfriend, boyfriend. So that's what I think about when I hear like traditional education, you can make a good living, but self-education will make you rich. I remember when I was working in retail, two guys interviewed for an assistant manager position. And one guy had all the sales. Like, man, I crush it with my sales every single week, every single month. I'm the top sales rep. And he applied for the job. And that was like his argument, or should I say his pitch during his interview why he should get it. And then there was another guy, again, won't say his name, he interviewed for the position and he was like, I'm not the best sales rep. I mean, I do okay. I don't have the top sales on the board, but he was like, I'm a team player. I help out with managerial things. I'm reliable. You can trust me. I do what's in the best interest of the customer, the store, do what's in the best interest of the team. And when that guy got the position, the assistant manager position, the other guy was kind of upset. Like, how did he get it? I got the top sales, top numbers. And I just remember when we tried to explain it to him, I still don't think he got it. I hope he got it to this day. But like, he was like, y'all biased. Y'all just don't want me to be a manager, etc. And it was like, nah, man, you just don't get it. What makes a good manager is not the same thing that makes a good sales rep. And he didn't have that self-education. He had that like that straight book, like sell, get your numbers up, be the top person in the store, kind of that textbook story. But he didn't have that self-education to say like, how do I help other people? How do I contribute to the store? How do I deal with customers when they're escalated? Do I de-escalate them? Do I create a win-win for the customer, the store, and for me? Or do I just worry about being the number one sales rep? And like, he just didn't understand that. And so when I think about traditional education versus self-education, that's what I think about. Some people just go straight for the textbook, but they don't think about the self-education part. Like, how are you growing as a person? Because that's the stuff that moves you forward in life. Because you can always hire the book smart people. You can always hire those people, right? You're like, look, I don't need them to like people. I don't need them to be self-aware. I just need them to computer program. Put them in a cubicle, give them a computer, let them just bang away on the keys. You can pay somebody to do that. But when you're talking about leading companies, leading people, you're like looking for someone who studied themselves. You're looking for entrepreneurs, they have vision. They don't always say they have the best education. Most of them dropped out of school, but they were self-aware, they had that self-education. So people need to think about how are they educating themselves. Last bit on that, a lot of times people be like, Jason, what books are you reading? What stock trading books are you reading? I'm like, I don't even really read stock trading books. I read like mindset books, like Think and Grow Rich, Failing Forward, The Alchemist, like how to get back up after getting knocked down. That's the stuff you need to be tapping into, not like a book on candlesticks. Like I tell people, I create courses for that. You need books on like mindset and what it takes to be successful. Because the same thing it takes to be an entrepreneur is what it takes to be successful in the stock market. You gotta have a tough mindset, you gotta have a work ethic, a desire, consistency, different things like that. And it's less about what's in the books and more about like studying yourself and who you need to become.